What's up, kiddos? We are starting a new unit and we are done for the most part with graphing. We have a little bit of graphing today, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna teach you some shortcuts and some other methods to find the answers without graphing because that gets a little tedious, it gets a little annoying, and it gets tiresome. Like I just get over doing the same thing over and over and over again. So we're done for the most part. Today, I'm gonna throw a little something at you, but what we're dealing with, we are still dealing with equations of lines today. Let me see what's going on here. I definitely don't want 9.6 size font. It's gonna be a little too big for me. I do want to change this guy to maybe a nice blue. Yeah, we'll keep the blue. And this new unit 4, is going to be dealing with systems of equations. Okay, and when I say equations, they're equations of lines. Okay, so we're going to have lines, but a system means more than one. So really what's going to happen, instead of having something like this, because that's an equation, right? And what this really is it's an equation of a line. It's a line. So let me just draw a coordinate plane real quick. And what we did last unit, pretty much the whole unit, was me teach you how to graph lines. Okay, so you could probably use the intercepts method here and graph this thing. Okay, I mean, that's just a guess. I'm sure it doesn't look like that, but now we're going to throw something else into the mix here. And since it's systems of equations, we have more than one equation. So you'd have something like this, maybe like 2x minus 4y equals 12, right? Okay, and then you'd have a line, another line that you graph, and where those two lines meet, that's our solution. That's our answer. So in this case, maybe that's the point -3, 0. Okay, so what we're dealing with today is we're dealing with graphing two lines, figuring out where the lines intersect, and that's our solution. Now down the road, next week and the week after, I'm going to not have you graph because I'm going to show you easier ways to do it. Not necessarily easier, but there's going to be three methods that you can use to find this answer. Graphing is one of them, substitution's another one, elimination's another one. And all three of those have their benefits. Like sometimes I would graph, sometimes I would use substitution, and sometimes I would use elimination. And I'm going to show you kids all three methods. And hopefully you gravitate towards one of them by the end. Like, hey, I really like this one. This one made sense to me. And guess what? Use that one. Don't use the others. But that's what I want you to do on the test. Hopefully by the time we take a test, you can figure out which method's best for you. Okay, so today, like I said, we're going to be graphing a little bit. Um, what you see here, right, for these problems is you should be able to see that, hey, these guys are in slope-intercept form. Okay, how do I know that? Because there says y equals junk. Okay, anytime it says y equals junk, excuse me, it's slope-intercept form. And we like slope-intercept form because they're really easy to graph. So this guy right here is really y equals 1 over 1, because it's basically a 1x plus 4. So my y-intercept is up at 4, and my slope is actually up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. And I'm actually going to go, I'm going to try and make this line as straight as possible because my lines are so not straight using this drawing tablet. It's sad. Now this guy over here, y equals -2/3 x minus 1. Remember, our y-intercept is right here at -1. And I might zoom it in a little bit because it's hard to see that stinking graph. And our slope here is -2 over 3. It's negative, so we're going down 2 and right 3. So down 2, down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. Down 2 over 1, 2, 3. Now I'm actually going to go up 2 and left 1, 2, 3 because maybe that's going to help me determine where that line is going to meet. Oh gosh, that's not a smooth line, but that's okay because I figured out where they met. And they met here at this point right here. What is that point? Okay, so let's look. Left 1, 2, 3, up 1. So I think it's the point -3, 1. Well, do we have a -3, 1? Yep, we do. And that's it, right? That is the goods right there. You can see that we just graph the two lines, figure out where they intersect, okay? And that's our solution. All right, so let's take another one just for practice. And then I'm going to have you kids do maybe 2 problems down here for practice on your own. So the good thing is I can actually erase my graph and start over again. I'll pick some different colors. Let's look at this guy. The y-intercept is up at 3, so we're going to go up to 3 and make a point at the y-intercept. Our slope is negative, so I'm going down and to the right. So down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. I'm actually going to go up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. I'm going to keep that going so I can kind of have as straight a line as possible. Okay, let's look at this guy down here. Y equals, see how it says 2x? I'm going to go 2 over 1 because I love seeing my slope as a fraction. It just helps me. So our y-intercept here is down at -2, and our slope is positive, so we're going up and to the right. Up 2, right 1. Up 2, right 1. Up 2, right 1. Ooh, that looks like that point right there where they intersect. I'm going to keep going up 2, right 1. 2, right 1, just because I want to have that nice, clean, straight line. Okay, and like I said, hey, this point right here is where they intersect. What is that? Right 2, up 2. So it looks like it's the point 2, 2. Do we see a 2, 2 down here? Yes, we do. Beautiful. Okay, now let's come down to number 5. Okay, what I'm going to have you kids do is pause your movie here in a second, or your lesson. Okay, I want you to try 5 on your own, see what answer you get, and then press play and we'll go over it together, okay? All right, we're attacking 5 as a class to check your work. Y-intercept is at +2. So let's do that. Y-intercept is +2. And our slope is negative, so we're going down and to the right. Down 3, right 4. Down 3, right 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 3, right 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to keep doing that. But I'm going to go the other way. So up 3, left 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try and get as straight a line as possible. That's the tricky thing about graphing, is you really got to be accurate. That's why I don't like graphing, because it takes a long time and you got to be accurate. Okay, y-intercept is at -2, so we're down at -2, and we're going up 1, right 4. Okay, up 1, right 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, perfect. It lands right on that other point. So I don't have to be super accurate now because I know this is the money right there. So our point is over 4, down 1. So it looks like it's 4, -1, and that is C. And I got to respond to Mr. Tang. Okay. And I did that, so I'm good to go. Okay, hopefully you got 5 right. Let's try 7, and then we're going to move on to something a little different. Okay, so see if you can get 7 on your own. Press pause, attack. When you're done, come back, and let's check it. Okay, y-intercept at -3, down 1, 2, 3, put a point there. That's not a good point, but I'll take it. Okay, down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3. And I'm going to keep going up and left, up and left, up and left. Okay. Now, let's look at the second equation. Y-intercept is at positive 1, and I have a negative slope, so I'm actually going down and to the right, down 5, right 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 1, 2, 3. There's the point right there. Good. Right where they meet. I love it. Okay, so we can see now that, hey, that is the point of intersection. It looks like it's over at 3 and negative 4. 3, negative 4, which is A. How about that? 3, negative 4. Okay, we looking pretty good? All right, I'm going to open another file right now because that was all slope-intercept form. And I think these next, where is it? I think it's this guy right here. I think these next ones are intercepts. Yes. Okay, so this is a little different. This is using the intercepts method, which is going to take us a little longer, but it's good that we practice this. Okay, so the problem with the intercepts method is it's more math. So remember, like you're looking at this and you're like, oh man, I got to use the intercept. So what I like to do is write that first equation twice. 3x minus 2y equals 6. Okay, and I'm actually going to do the same thing for the second equation. I'm going to write him twice. 3x minus 2y equals negative 8. 3x minus 2y equals negative 8. Okay, so remember, this is the first equation. I wrote it twice. This is the second equation. I wrote it twice. So right, this is all review. We've done this, okay? Not a big deal. I'm going to cover up the y for this guy, and I'm going to cover up the x for this guy. I'm going to cover up the y for this guy. I'm going to cover up the x for this guy. Now this one, this is going to be a little trickier, but that's okay because I have a fraction down here and I don't like fractions. So divide 3, it looks like x equals 2. Divide negative 2, it looks like y equals negative 3. And this is where you kids have the advantage because you're not using a trackpad. Like you have your ID card. You have, like, you can, if you're using graph paper, this is going to be so accurate, you're going to be set. So let's go over to 2 on the x-axis because remember, x equals 2. I'm going to make a point. And then y equals negative 3. That's down here. And I'm going to somehow try and make my line as straight as possible. Okay, that was not horrible. Now down here, watch what happens. Divide 3, x equals negative 8 over 3. Okay, I'm going to hold on to that for a second. Negative 2, y equals 4. So I like that one. Y equals 4. Okay, looking good. Now this, you should probably put in your calculator. And I think you get negative 2.6. So we're going to go to negative 2.6. Y equals 4. Did I do this one right? I'm just looking at it right now. Y equals positive 4. 2, 5. Okay, well let's kind of check this one out and see what happens. We have negative 2.6. Negative 2.6 is probably like right there. Okay, what do we notice? Do they intersect? No, they don't intersect. So this is kind of a preview to our next video, right? Which is if they don't intersect, our answer is going to be no solution. Okay, these lines never touch, they never cross, okay? They have the same slope, they're parallel. So our answer here is actually no solution because they never touch. So that's actually what we're going to see a little bit of, okay, in our next lesson, our next video, because there's no solution and there's infinite solutions, but this is how you would solve it. I gave you a little heads up here that, hey, use the intercepts method, see where they touch, see where they cross, and that's your answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do one question together right now using the intercepts method. And just so you know, none of these problems down here at the bottom, as you can see, for number 13, none of them have no solution as an option. So I want you to try, just for the heck of it, I want you to try 13 using the intercepts method. Pause it. This will be the last problem for this lesson. And then we'll check it when we go through. Okay, so remember, I like to write the first equation twice. And then I like to write the second equation twice. Okay, so for this first equation, I'm going to cover up y. Cover up y. Okay, for the second equation, I'm going to cover up x. Okay, now, it looks pretty awesome because we don't have any math here. X equals -1. Beautiful. Okay, for this one, we have to divide by -1, and we get y equals +1. So let's go ahead and graph that. X equals -1, so -1 here. I might want to just zoom in so I can actually see the stinking graph. Goodness gracious. Okay, x equals -1, and we said y equals +1. It looks like there's our line. I mean, hopefully I can make it straight. I'm going to try my best. Now, down here, let's see what's going on. It says x equals -16. Yuck. Let's look at the y. Y equals -4, right? So y equals -4. Where is that? Down here. And it says x equals negative what? 16? That's way over here somewhere. So let's see what our answers options are, right? This looks to me like it's at -4, -3. That's what it looks like to me. So -4, -3 would be B. Okay? Not bad. We're just putting everything we already know how to do together, right? Graphing using slope intercept, graphing using the intercepts method, but we have to graph two lines. Where the two lines meet, that's where our solution is, and that should make sense. Okay, now our next lesson, which you're going to watch right now after you do your couple of your practice problems, okay, we're going to go over the as you can see right here, no solution option and the infinite number of solutions option. Okay, that's what we're going to do here in a minute. So yeah, bust out those little homework questions right now. I should probably only give you 4 of them, maybe, because I'm nice. Maybe 6, I don't know. I haven't created this assignment yet, so we'll see. And then hop into that next lesson, all right?